Okay, hello.
Thank you so
much. The floor is all yours.
Thank you so much, Kathy. We love you. We appreciate you. And congratulations on all of the success you have and also being a Founders Council member. We thank you for your leadership, for always hosting for not only us, but the entire Evolution Travel family. So let's give it up to Kathy. Go ahead and clap it up for her.
We miss you, sis. It's been a long time since we actually seen each other in person. But you know, the love is always going to be there and remain. We have locked arms with each other for many, many years now. So hello, everybody. We need someone. We need to actually do something before we get started. You want to do something first?
Let's go ahead and text everyone you know that's part of Evolution, either on your organization, someone that maybe is not, but you're connected and you have their phone number. I want everyone to pull out their cell phones. Get all your cell phones out.
Get in your groups. Get in your chat.
And let them know, why aren't you being on the Evolution call right now? We need to get more people on this call because I think this one is much, much needed.
Absolutely. I mean, and we salute each and every one of you guys being here right now because all of you are here for a reason at this time, on time. Some were even on here before the actual time. Yes. So salute to all of you guys because you are now committing yourself, you have committed already to getting knowledge, to getting education. That is something that we always want to remain, a student. Okay, so right now, text in your groups, let them know you do not want to miss this training.
And we are on live. Where are you at? You need to be right here, right now. I know everyone might be having an amazing weekend, but it is time to get to business.
Absolutely. I want to find out real quick, okay, where do we have, who do we have on the line right now that is, where are you from? Type in the city and state you're logging in from. I want to see this real quick. Fire up the chat box so we can send out some text messages. While you're doing that, we have people multitasking. They're like, what do you want us to do? Text our people and go in the chat box? We want you to do all of it, okay?
All the above. So first, message everybody that you know who's part of Evolution. On your team, not on your team, whoever you know. Get in your groups. Where are you at? We need to light this chat box, light this entire recording up because I know we got a lot of more Evolution people that we need to talk to this evening. And as you can see, they are done texting. Now they are typing where they're logging in from.
There you go.
So I see we have people all over Texas to Florida, to California, to Detroit, to Georgia, down to Southern California, up to Northern California, Las Vegas. Absolutely. So we are excited. We have literally been on, how many webinars is this for us today?
I think this is our 4th one so far, and we got one more after this.
We had about 4. I think this is our 5th one today. 5 webinars. Sundays are our webinar days. That's why you don't see Maya with us. She's at her grandma's house because we need full attention to our businesses. So we are excited to share with you something that we thought is very, very important and crucial to your business. And while Derek fires up the slides.
Are you guys ready? I need to see some fire emojis. I need to see I am ready to receive the information. Do we have your guys' permission right now to get uncomfortable?
Ready. Cheryl says, I'm ready.
Who's ready? Who's ready? Please
Karima,
let us know you're ready.
I'm ready. I need to see more. We just drank coffee, guys. So you were going to get it all this evening.
You're getting it all, and it's some strong coffee.
6:30 p.m. and we just drank a cup of coffee, guys. All right, so there you go. I said there's more. I'm ready in the chat box. Absolutely.
Let's go. Tell the team, tell the squad, let them know, hey, Derek and Isla are on. You do not want to miss this.
Tell them Derek and Isla said that you are not on, and specifically say it for them. And said they're not starting until you log on. I told them you're coming on the webinar.
We'll wait here. We got some time, right? We have some time.
Okay, so this is about courage over what?
Everybody, let's read this together, and we may not hear each other, but go ahead and say it out loud. You don't have to say it loud, but courage over comfort.
Ooh, the 2 C's.
That one's good right there.
Courage over comfort. That's a big one, right?
That is a big one, right?
I want to see what this is going to do for some people after today.
And please, 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 you guys know, Isla and myself, we love to always just speak from the heart. We don't script these things, right? This is going to come from the heart. Every one of our trainings we always do is always going to speak to you directly because of we've been through a lot of things in this business. It's an emotional roller coaster. We understand that. just know that if you are coachable and you are teachable and you remain the course, you're going to have success.
And we've been in the home-based business industry. For those that don't know us, I see a lot of familiar names on here, but maybe you're brand new to Evolution. You know, we have been in this home-based business industry for 8 years this November.
Coming November 16th, it'll be our 8-year anniversary.
Imagine being on a roller coaster for 8 years.
Oh.
If you don't have your feelings and emotions in check, what could that do?
Oh, you don't want to take a field trip?
You don't even like roller coasters.
I don't.
He doesn't like roller coasters. I don't think if you had your emotions in check, you would be able to survive the last 8 years.
Absolutely. You know, I get queasy on roller coasters. One time we went to Universal Studios and we went on the ride with David McCovey.
Okay, that time, yes.
Yeah, that was the and David, you know, your founder, you guys, he had the cape on, and it was the first.
It was the Harry Potter.
It just launched, right? The Harry Potter just started. And he had the cape on and everything, and that little Harry Potter ride got my stomach all queasy.
But I'll tell you a quick funny story. He was in his cape because he bought one over there at Universal.
Your founder,
our founder. And there was somebody who went up to him and said, "Do you know where the bathrooms are?" And he's like, "I don't work here." He's like, "I don't work here," because you know all the workers wear the capes too. I'll never forget that.
That was so.
That
funny.
was hilarious. But you know, I just don't think going back to the roller coasters. Okay, I'm gonna share another story. We went to Disneyland. You guys know that scary elevator one. What is it called? Someone in the chat box. I know there's a lot of Disney people. Maybe
it's like the fright one.
It's the one where you're in the elevator and it goes really quick and it's like a haunted house.
Oh, Tower Terror. There you go. Look at
it. Someone probably did their Disney training.
Yeah, they did. We did a long time ago, but but the Tower Terror, I do not like that.
Okay. So him and another good friend of us, if you guys know the belt, her husband Darren, they do not like roller coasters or any type of ride. Mm-hmm. They were so nervous standing in line. Meanwhile, there's like this little tiny girl, she's probably like 5 or 6, and she's like, "I can't wait to go on." And we're like, "Are you serious right now? Derek, you don't want to go on this roller coaster?"
I didn't like that. So this business is just like a roller coaster.
It is, except it doesn't. Right. It depends on the ride that you want to take, though.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. And then again, we did conquer the roller coaster because of our mindset, right? I just don't like to eat before I go on the roller coaster, just in case something happens, you know. So yeah, but it always is how much are we putting into our mindset, right?
Yes. If you don't have a strong mindset, your roller coaster is going to be like this.
Right.
With spinning and turning. And what do we mean by that? It's because someone comes into your business and you're on a high. And you're so excited. You're like, "Oh my God, I'm so excited. This person's going to blow it up."
Okay, so
I am super excited.
Type yes if you had someone join your business and say, "Man, I'm going to bring in 1,000 people and we're going to go platinum in 2 days."
Or
type yes.
You have a client that says, "I'm going to book with you. Can you look up this quote for me? I'm doing a group cruise of 50 people on Carnival. Can you look it up for me?" So where is your emotion level?
Right. You're super excited, right? You're going to get that travel commission. You're like, "Oh, this is my first land package I'm booking." And there's 20 people going, right? And then what happens?
And then guess what? That person quit.
Or that person, that client never answers their phone.
They never answer the phone. And then your roller coaster starts going down. These are your emotions, right? They're going down. And now that person is MIA. They went missing. You don't know where they went after they told you all this stuff. They're going to blow up the business. They're going to book with you. You spend all this time. And now your emotions are down here, right? Why do you think Derek gets sick? Because it's too high and it's too low. But we have control over where we keep our emotions. And it all starts with our mindset. So you have to make sure in this business, whether you're building it, whether you're building residual income, or whether you're getting travel clients or any type of customer, right?
Or even if you guys are involved in the CBD sales, right?
Yes, CBD sales.
There's so many different things in our business that either way, whatever it is, you have to master your emotions.
Master your roller coaster.
And you know what's kind of cool about it is like that doesn't even have to relate like directly to your business. It could really just relate to you in life.
Yeah.
Just how you effectively like deal with each situation that happens in life, right?
Yes. If, say for instance, you're having a horrible day. You wake up, you missed your alarm, you spill coffee all over yourself, you get into a minor bumper situation, maybe you hit someone, and guess what? Where is your emotions? They are low as they can get, right? You let your emotions get too low. But what if you knew that everything was going to be okay? What if you knew, okay, that's okay. Everyone has an off day. Let me just get my emotions on a level where it's even keel. And that's one thing that we wanted to show with you. And this is kind of going off of our topic of courage over comfort, but it's really knowing how to control your emotions and even becoming an entrepreneur of having the courage to go through the emotions that you're going to go over. So the main thing we want to tell you guys is throughout your journey of being an entrepreneur is keep your emotions even keel, and you won't get sick like Derek does after every single roller coaster.
Not every
he
roller
ever
coaster.
takes.
Okay, we're going to the next slide. She's going on a tangent. Right
Okay,
now.
so we're going to get to courage over comfort. Who has that courage? Now, you can choose courage or you can choose comfort. But guess what? You cannot have both.
Mm-mm.
So I want someone to type in the chat box, what do you choose? Are you going to choose courage or are you going to choose comfort? And be honest, you know, comfort feels good.
Right.
Doesn't comfort feel like, when you think of comfort, you think of like, what is comfort to you? When you
To
have
me,
to think
it's
of a
like,
feeling.
so, okay, I don't know why it brought me back, and I know Tony Ward's on here, but we went to a hotel, I think it was Hawaii, to our retreat.
Okay.
It was our promotion island. The beds there have this comforter. And when I jumped in the bed and put the comforter over me, that was like so comforting.
That
to me.
feeling of comfort,
That,
right?
it
You don't
was
want to
just
get
like,
out of it.
No, I definitely didn't want to get out.
You don't want to get out of it because it feels so comforting. It's like on a cold, for me, I think of like a cold winter night and I'm at home and I'm snuggled up and my heater's on, or I got a nice big comfortable blanket, and it just feels so good to feel comfortable, right?
Absolutely.
You don't want to get up. You don't want to get out, right? Because you feel comfortable. I like someone had put in the chat box, it went up already, but it was courage in my comfy pants.
Yeah, see?
There you go. You need to have courage,
We
right?
all have those comfy pants, yes or yes.
Because do you think you're going to grow if you're always comfortable? You might not need to, right?
I know if I stay in the bed all day, nothing's happening. There's no production. There's nothing happening.
There's nothing happening. So I see a lot of people have been typing in the chat box, courage. Now, this business is easy to do, but also what?
It's very, very easy not to do.
You know how easy it was for people to not log on tonight?
It was so easy that if you guys look in the chat box, you guys are the ones that said, hey, this is easy to do. Let me log on and get some education today. Let me pour into my mental. Let me pour into me, right? Let me get some personal development. Let me see what Derek and Isla are talking about tonight. So you came here for information. The ones that weren't on here, they weren't on here for a reason, because they were comfortable.
In whatever they were doing.
You guys took the courage to jump out of that comfy bed, out your comfy pants. You might still be in those comfy pants, but you're still on here right now, right?
Now, you have to ask yourself, are you comfortable in your current situation? You know, where you are in your business with what income you're making, because right, this is an amazing environment that we have with Evolution. We're all one big family, but we also come here to make money, right? We come here to make money to provide for ourselves, for our families, to help our teams also earn an income. So are you comfortable where you are at in your business with how much you're making on the travel side, with your travel commissions that are coming in, with your CBD commissions that are coming in? Are you happy with the residual income that you are making if you're doing that part of the business?
The optional referral side.
Yeah, so if your answer is no, and you don't even have to answer, but thank you, Eileen, for having the courage. Thank you, Karima, for having the courage. Thank you, Tandri and Valerie and Cheryl. Thank you all for having the courage to say, no, I'm not comfortable.
That does take a lot of courage.
It does, because a lot of people who are prideful say, yeah, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. I don't need anything else. I'm good in my situation.
You know, some people can't even face themselves in the mirror too, because they don't want to really accept the fact that they're in that comfort zone, right? That they don't need change, right? But in order for your situation to change, we have to change. Back when I was first starting in the home-based industry, right, I was so negative, and I thought this was a scam. I didn't know what I was getting into. I was so negative. I just thought, you know, the world was after me. I thought, you know, my mindset was so poor, right? And I just did not know what this was going to be. But thank goodness that I put the courage, because I put myself, really it was Isla. She said, if you don't join this business or make a change, then we're not going to be together anymore.
It was a courage or it was an ultimatum? It was, if we're being transparent, it was an ultimatum for him to get to a meeting.
It was courage for me, because I could have easily just not accepted.
That's true.
Right? So it could have easily went the other way too,
Yes.
right? So, but it took the courage for me, and it wasn't more so of her forcing me, but me to face myself. Because I knew at that point in my life, I was doing everything wrong. Whatever I was doing in my past didn't lead me up to a good future. Mm-hmm. So thank God for Isla jumped in and said, hey, you have to look at this. And she didn't even know that this was going to be for her.
I didn't. And I literally thought, like, I don't know what it is, but I think you'll be good at it. And right. I think you need to make some changes, or we're going to have some changes. And he said, he was so negative. If you guys would have known him 8 years ago, he said, I don't want to go to this meeting. Like, do I have to pay anything? If I have to go, you're coming with me. And that's how I ended up going with him that same day. And somebody introduced us to something similar to Evolution. And that's where we got our foot in. And it was because, we had the courage to get to that meeting.
Mm-hmm. And when we're looking at this slide, I love that Isla put this in here, because when you really think about this, family, like, it really truly begins at the end of your comfort zone life, right? Not saying that we don't have a great life right now. We always have to be grateful for what we have, right? And not what we don't have. But just understand, when you're in that courage zone and you're out of your box, that means that you're growing in life, right? You're growing out of your comfort zone. So in order to get to the next level in life, the next paycheck in life, the next level up, right? You have to get out of that box that you're currently in. The things that we knew back in 2012, now we're able to apply all the things that we learned. And that's why we're in the position that we're at today. I'm able to be a full-time dad, stay-at-home dad. I stay home with Amaya all day long, right? And I got to see her first steps. I got to hear her first words, right? And she's just a little rascal, but I'm with her every day. And that was actually our goal coming into the home-based business industry. We didn't know when we were going to have kids, but we said we want to make sure that we got to stick with this, right? Our mentors out there, if you ever hear about it, they always say, stay the course, right? 3 to 5 years, put commitment into that. For 3 to 5 years, learn the industry, personally grow. If you guys follow Jim Rohn, he's someone that really helped both of us, because we listen to Jim Rohn every single night going to sleep, right? Repetitively, over and over again. We stopped listening to music, stopped watching TV. We just listened to a lot of personal development. And that's when life really started to begin for us, right? We've been able to have the residual income for me to afford for me to stay at home. And that's huge right there. That's priceless, right? So read this again. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's huge right there.
If you stay in a box, how could you grow?
Right.
You have that lid over your head, right? That box that you're stuck in. But once you get out of that, imagine the possibilities of, where your life can be. And, we're always grateful. Every day we're grateful for what we have. And it's great to be grateful, but it's not great to be content, right? We always have to strive for more. And I think that's the biggest thing of getting out of your comfort zone is achieving more, being more. And you're in this business where you can have more. And that's what I love about where we are and the leadership that we have, because you have no cap on what you can make. There's no cap on how much you can make on CBD or travel or team building. It's literally based on your work ethic.
And it's crazy, because to join our business, it's only $49. $49 to join, and $69.95 a month. I mean, you have traditional businesses right now that are going out of businesses,
We just saw one. Well, they're closing a 24-hour fitness out here where we're in Northern California. We just saw a round table that we actually did travel parties back at long time ago.
We were doing them for forever at that round table.
And we just saw today they closed their doors. Well, they probably closed a while ago, but they're no longer around.
But what's thriving right now? Online businesses, right?
Online businesses. What you're doing right now is thriving in this space. Now, this is great. Fear is a reaction. Courage is a decision. Now, who said that? This is Sir Winston Churchill. Now, we had to do a little bit of our history, too, because we've always heard, great quotes and inspirational speeches from him, but we're like, what did he really do? Like, what is his background? Now, he was a British prime minister from 1940 to 1945, and also from the 51 to 55. He's best remembered for successfully leading Britain through the World War II. He was famous for his inspiring speeches and for his refusal to give in even when things were going badly. Could you imagine that, going back in the day and you're in World War II and you have to lead a group of people so that they can survive, and not only survive, but conquer and have the courage to get through that.
He had to have the mental fortitude, the courage in his mind,
In
right?
his own mind.
His mindset was so powerful back in the 40s, right? You got to think, someone so profound that had this quote already, that had this speech that he gave out to all of his people to make sure that they can still lead, right, in order to win through World War II. So we were talking a little bit earlier, and we all are actually in a war right now. And how is that?
Not with anyone else.
Right. We're not talking about what's going on in the world.
We're not talking about what's going on outside the world, right? We're talking about what's happening inside our home. It's closer than we think.
Right.
It's not outside the doors. The war is not happening outside of our house.
The war is actually in our own mind. It's in our own mindset. Now, it might be a little bit too deep for you guys, but I want you guys to understand we are literally in war with ourselves, right? We're going back to comfort zone, back to courage. Yes, I can do this. I don't think I could do that. People, he said no. Man, is this really for me? Every single day, we're at war with ourselves, right? You look in the mirror, that's the person who you're going to war with every single day. Don't look left, don't look right, don't look at anyone else. Don't compare your circumstances to anyone else. Look right in that mirror. That's who you go to war with every single day, yourself. How can you make yourself a better person? How can you make yourself drive that courage, right? Drive the ambition, right? That's why we're called DNA, driven and ambitious, right? How can you drive the ambition to be courageous, right? The only person that's going to do that is a person when you look in that mirror. It can only be you, right? Of course, we're now in a circle of influence where we're going to help one another, but at the end of the day, it has to be you, family. When you go and brush your teeth, you look in the mirror, it's you who has to change your circumstances. No one else. Yes, our founder, David McCovey, gave us this amazing platform to do it, and it's going to get us to that goal wherever you guys want, time freedom or financial freedom, a lot quicker than us going to that job for 40 years, right? But just know that that war is really with yourself. It's not with anyone else, right? So that's when we read this quote, that's how we kind of interpreted that. Hopefully that kind of goes with you guys as well. You guys can understand where we're coming from.
And it's really just having a decision to have the courage, right? Just decide every day to have the courage to work your business. Decide today is the day I'm going to make some changes to work my business. Because everyone who said, no, you're not comfortable, it's time to be courageous and make decisions so that you are in a better place, in a better situation with where your business is going.
Right. Think about all the people right now that panicked and said, you know, there's so much going on in the world, I can't do this anymore. But now
with evolution?
Yeah, with evolution,
right.
With their business, right? But now you just know how powerful it is that if you're actually creating income within this company, I mean, how many people are really literally, this paycheck has saved their household,
right?
Including Isla and myself.
This was the only thing that was stable throughout the pandemic was our income that we made residually.
And remember, we built this business. We still build it continuously every day. But the very first hard work and effort that we put in was on Promotion Island with the Elite 8. That was all of us that came. We went to Hawaii. We put our blood, sweat, and tears in those first 30, 60, 90 days. And we still continue to do that. But those were sleepless nights, right? But that work that we put in at that time paid us off years, right? That's the power of this business. That's the power of a home-based business. This is why Isla and I are big, huge preachers of residual income, right? We like to preach that to a lot of people because once you understand it and once you can build it and you learn and you grow from it and you know that that is the only thing that's going to come in, that's for sure, right? So
well, your bills will come in for sure too.
Right. So you want a residual income to pay off these residual bills.
And there's a lot of folks that are on here that are probably just booking travel, and that's completely fine. But imagine how many people you can help if you introduce and refer this to people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That are probably going through something.
But right? I know a lot of these travel bookers are excited because 2021 is booking up.
Travel is going to be ridiculous once the world is completely open and safe again. I mean, the people who said it wasn't for me then, believe me, they're going to want to be in the travel space for
Right.
sure.
We actually have a lot of new travel agents coming on board, and maybe this is actually your first time on a Time to Evolve webinar. So welcome.
So you decided to become an entrepreneur. Again, whether you are a travel agent, whether you are referring to more people to become travel agents, whether you're selling CBD, you are an entrepreneur. And guess what that means? You decided to have courage, because how much courage do you need to be an entrepreneur?
A lot.
Why is that?
Because you have to have the courage to get up and do this business yourself.
Right. And no one's telling you to do it.
Yeah, because when you go to a job, it's easy to be told what to do, right? But when you own your own business, it's easy for yourself to tell yourself not to do it as well, right? I don't want to go up and put signs out. I don't want to go on Facebook and post ads for my business. I don't want to put a group cruise together so I can find people to, it's easy to not do those things.
It is.
Right?
When you have no consequence to not do them, right? You're like, oh, then I just don't make money. Okay, I'll go back to my comfort zone. Let me go back to sleep. Let me sleep in an extra hour, go to bed and just watch. Maybe I'll watch TV. Let me watch TV, because that's a lot more comforting than having to put myself out there to be vulnerable and tell the world I'm now a home-based business owner.
Did you say TV?
TV?
The electronic income reducer?
I did.
TVs is actually the electronic income reducer.
Wow.
That's, if you guys really think about that, you gain really no benefit from watching TV. It's joy, things that you like, right? You get some off time, but really, you don't want to watch like the news. That's going to pour nothing but negativity into your brain, right? You have to be the guard at your brain. You have to be the guard of your mind. Who's standing guard of your mind? What are you letting into your brain? What are you letting into your mind, right? What are you listening to? Everything that we listen to and watch on our Facebook, on our Instagram, on our Twitter, anybody that's negative that I see I unfriend them immediately. I don't need to see that on my timeline. Automatically. I don't care if you're in Evolution. I don't care if you're from another company. If I see any negativity, I don't, because our posts and our timelines, that's our news, literally, right? You're looking at all these things, right? If it's anything negative, I am the guard of my mind. So anything that goes into my head, I don't want to see negativity, right? There's so much of negativity we can focus on, but I want to find the positive things in life.
And if we have a war that's going on in our head every day, when you're feeding yourself with negative news or negativity, what ammunition are you giving to what side?
That's good right there.
What ammunition are you giving the war that's happening in your head? Are you giving ammunition for the comfort side to win that war? The side that says, I'm not going to grow and I'm not going to build this business. I'm just going to be comfortable here in my warm blanket and not move or thrive or evolve. Which ammunition are you giving in your brain? Or are you giving that ammunition of positivity or the time to evolve calls that everyone's on? Guess what ammunition you are now feeding your brain by being on here right now for that war that's happening? You're giving ammunition for the I have courage side, that I am going to make it side, that I am an entrepreneur side. That is the ammunition that you're feeding yourself in the war that's happening within our brain.
That's huge.
That is huge.
That's big. So you got to understand, family, like this business can give you everything that you want in life. But in order for that to happen, you have to step out your comfort zone. You have to, like, I didn't like making videos. I still don't like making videos on social media, but people are watching you, whether you have 1,000 likes and 1,000 comments on there, or whether you have 0 likes and 0 comments on your social media. People are still being nosy. People are still watching you. Are you going to let them see you be in your comfort zone? Or are you going to let them see you be courageous and be successful in your business?
There's a lot of people who didn't join our business, our friends, our family, close people to us that we thought would join our business or would even book travel with us, right? Or even use CBD through us. But guess what? That's okay, because at the end of the day, we are the ones who have the courage to continue to build our business, whether or not there are people around us who support us or not.
Right. And you know, we started using that, I don't even know what it's called, but like how David, he doesn't do business that people don't do business with him. He doesn't do business with people that don't do business with him. So, like he said, he gets his braids done every single day, or whenever he does it, and his salon person, she's in the business, right? So we have to adapt that same mindset, and all that stands is for posture, right? You put the posture up, and you say, "Hey, look it." You present the opportunity to somebody. If they don't join you or they don't support you in your business, why are you going to support them in their business?
Right.
Right?
I like this quote.
This one's good. Are you guys awake? Are you guys asleep? Can I see something in the chat box? Are we putting you to sleep, or are you guys really in deep thought? Are you guys receiving some value right now? Type value in the chat box if you guys are really, really soaking this in, what we are teaching you guys right now, because this training also was so crazy. It was actually for us too, right? We train on things that we need to work on ourselves.
Every day, we are never going to eat. It doesn't matter the titles you give us, the rings that you give us. Like, we will always remain students, and we will always learn. We're learning from everyone who's on this line right now, right? With the interaction that we're having. So we will always remain students, and that's what you always have to be, as a student.
So let's all read this. This is a real popular one out there. You may have seen this somewhere, right? Entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't.
Now, years ago, this was just a quote for us.
Right.
Because we were just entrepreneurs, just getting into the home-based business industry, just learning about Les Brown and Jim Rohn and Eric Worre and Tony Robbins and Robert Kiyosaki. We were just barely little newborns, right, in this business. And now we can honestly say, because we changed our habits and we changed our daily rituals, that now we lived our life like a lot of our friends didn't, right? On the weekends, everyone was barbecuing, even today.
Right.
In our group chats with our friends, they're all barbecuing, they're all out having a good time, enjoying their weekend. Right. And where is Derek and I? We lock ourselves in this home, in our home office, and we're on 5-6 webinars a day. But we know that if we invest in ourselves, guess what? When I'm on maternity leave, guess who gets to stay home with me the entire 6 months?
Absolutely. You know what you have to do is look at all the masses, look at everyone in the world, and do the complete opposite.
Yes.
That's powerful, right?
That
there.
is powerful. Because if you know that only 1% of the world is wealthy, do you want to do what the 99% of the world is doing?
Absolutely not.
So guess what? I'll lock myself in this office instead of go out there and barbecue and have a good time every weekend.
Absolutely. I hope you guys are getting some out of this today. All right.
Ooh.
This one's big right here. Go ahead.
Don't let small minds convince you that your dreams are too big. I want everyone to take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of this. Go screenshot it. I want everyone to
take a picture.
Tag
us on Facebook.
This one's good.
This one is good. Good slide. Give me a pound for that one.
There you go.
That's a good job, bro.
You know why? Because I remember clearly the day Derek was so excited. And I love my soon-to-be mother-in-law to death. I love her. But he was so excited when we first were introduced to this home-based business industry that he called his mom and was super excited and was all telling about everything that we just learned about. And what did your mom say?
She just said, I better go get a job.
But I don't know if you should get involved in one of those things. I don't know if you should get involved in one of those things, and his big dream was crushed.
It was stolen by my coach and my mentor in life, my mom.
But we learned over the years that a lot of the time they're being protective, right? Because maybe they got involved in a home-based business before, right? And maybe it didn't work out for them, and that's okay. So instead of getting defensive about it, like, oh, you can't support me, just know that a lot of the times they're just trying to protect you. But a lot of the times you have to let go of the people that are maybe not helping you grow. And I'm not talking about his mother. I'm talking about the ones around you that are saying, that are dream stealers. That's what we like to call them in this industry. It's a dream stealer.
Has anyone ever experienced someone stealing your dreams?
When you told them about this and you're so excited and they said, oh, you're in one of those things.
Right.
Oh, you're in one of those?
We've all been there. And you know what's crazy is probably you only thought that it probably only happened to you.
Guess what? Look at the chat box. Everyone is typing yes because it's all happened to them. And I'll be even more transparent. When I was first introduced to this 8 years ago, I said, isn't this one of those pyramid things? Mind you, I had no idea what I was talking about. I didn't know what I was talking about. It just like came to my mind that it looked familiar. And I was just uneducated at that point, right? And I'm so thankful that we always keep an open mind because it was just a mind shift for me. And I said, oh, pyramid thing, and I'll tell you a story about that too. Every organization, every job, every church, anything that's big has a structure, right? There's a CEO, there's the managers, or there's a vice president, then there's a president, then there's a managers, then there's the supervisors, and the employees. What does it look like? It's all structured in that same type of structure. Am I right? Is anyone with me? That there's always someone at the top and people under them and people under them and under them. And okay, got it, right? So that's what I thought was that pyramid thing. But little did I know that everything is structured in that way. And it's safe to say that just the person at the top doesn't mean they make all the money. It means that they work the hardest to get to the top, right? That CEO, did they just come straight out of high school and then they hit CEO and they're the ones making all the money at the top?
Absolutely not.
Did they put in the years of work and sacrifice? Did they go to school? Maybe they went and got a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and they worked their ways up and they have tons of years of experience to get to the top. That's the same thing when you're building a residual income here. You can become the CEO. You are the CEO of your company right here, right now. Everyone on the line, you are the CEO of your own company. And it just depends on how hard you work this business to make the money at the top. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Because there's so many times where we have gotten that pyramid question, and it's all about just educating them. You know, there's no point of going back and forth of them saying, you know, oh, it's one of those things, you're one of those pyramid schemes. But do they know that we are in partnership with Archer Travel that's been around since 1952, that we have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau, bbb.org? Do they know that information? Probably not. So it's our job to educate people that may try to steal your dreams.
I didn't know I was going to be a teacher, but I teach.
You're a student and a teacher. You didn't even go to college, and look at you.
I didn't. I have that saying, whether you're fresh out of Yale, fresh out of jail, you can do this business, right?
Absolutely. All
absolutely
backgrounds,
can.
all genders, all religions, all races.
Doesn't matter.
This is all an even level playing field. And I love this. Surround yourself with those on the same mission as you.
So we thank each and every one of you guys today on this webinar to share this mission together. This is all of us right here. There should be a lot more of us, but this is all of us right here. And we're all together in this. Okay, you are not alone. You are not by yourself.
Even if you're home right now by yourself, there's no one around you. You look down the hall in your hallway, no one's there. You are not alone. We are all in this. That's why evolution is a family. Because we're all on the same mission, right? We're all on that same mission to, you know, earn commissions through travel, earn commissions through CBD, earn a residual income. We are all on the same mission. Every time someone says no to you, we have all been told no before. Yep. Every time someone says you're part of one of those things, we have all been told you are in one of those things. But guess what? We decided not to let it affect us, because who puts food on our table? Do they?
Person in the mirror does.
That person who has to have courage does. That's the one who puts food on the table. That's the one that provides for their family. Not the person who you told about this business and they went and booked with Costco.
Right.
Not the person who said they're going to sign up and then they went MIA the next day. They don't pay my bills, right? It's me. I get up and get on the webinars. I'm the one who has to go on these trainings and train people and present the opportunities. I'm the one who does that sacrifice and has that courage, just like you do. You're the ones who decided to have the courage and said 925-640-6165 is the meeting ID number.
Right, and some of you guys, that's my cell phone number, so please go into zoom.us first and then type that meeting ID.
If you ever heard his voicemail, I had to make a recording to tell people this is not a phone call, it is a webinar. But you guys were the ones who decided to pick up what? This could have been, you could have picked up your cell phone or your laptop, or you could have picked up the remote control. What ammunition did you choose? Everyone on this line chose the ammunition to feed their courage, to feed their entrepreneurship, to feed their future. Everyone who picked up that remote, guess what? They're feeding that ammunition to lose the war against courage and stay in their comfort zone.
Absolutely. Those are all the people that aren't on right now. And it's okay. They got a recording coming soon.
Now list your everyday habits. I want everyone to do this as homework once we get off the line. List your everyday habits and be honest with yourself. If you get up and you take 20 minutes to stay in bed and you're just on your social media, what are your daily habits? Are you getting up, getting ready? Are you watching the news while you get ready? Are you checking your social media? Are you complaining throughout the day? How about everyone take a piece of paper and check it, or on your phones as in notes, check it in your phone every time you caught yourself complaining. Say, oh, I complained. I shouldn't have said that. Or, oh, I complained about that when I know other people in the world don't even have that. Oh, I complained about my food being too cold, but I didn't think about the people who are starving around the world.
Yeah.
Take a list, piece of paper, on your phone, wherever, and start giving yourself a check mark. Be real with yourself. How many times you complain throughout the day? Let's just do a self-check. How about we do that this week? A self-check. Maybe you're going through you're just doing your day-to-day routine, chores around the house, and then what? You end the day with what? Watching TV, going on social media, scrolling through whatever it is that you're scrolling through. You're on the, what's it called?
Electronic income reducer. It
Right.
could be this too. You could be on your phone but not doing anything productive, right? You could be watching negativity. You could be watching something that's not actually giving you producing activities, right? Production activities into your business, into your personal development, right? What are you doing? What are you watching? It goes back to that as well. Are you getting out of your comfort zone into the courage zone so you have the courage to market your business and be a better you?
So this week, let's just write down, or start today. What did you do the last couple of days? Your daily habits. What have your daily habits been? And then I want to ask you, if you continue with these daily habits every single day for the next, let's just say year. I know we said 5 years, but for the next year, if you continue the habits that you're taking today, where will your life be in 1 year from now? And you guys don't have to type in the chat box, but are you going to be closer to your goals?
Ooh, what would be kind of cool is once we upload this training on YouTube, you guys can all get on this, and you just know that you are on this YouTube live. So maybe 1 year from now, we could put it in our calendar and watch this again and see where we're at.
Okay, it is 9/20.
9/20/2020. So what we're going to do on 9/20/2021, okay, 1 year from now, we're going to go back on this video. I'll put it on my calendar.
Okay.
And maybe what I'll do is we'll ask Founder if we could get this slot next year, because we're going to be here. The question is, are you going to be here? Right? So we're going to get back on this. So hopefully it falls on the same day on this Sunday. We're going to do a
the
training.
closest Sunday to the 20th.
We'll put it on our calendar, okay? And we want you guys to, if you guys have a YouTube channel, follow us on there, comment on there so we can actually mark it. We'll post this up live today. So comment on the YouTube so then we could have a history of it. And then next year, let's see where we're at.
Let's do that.
Okay, that's awesome.
So that's an awesome idea. I love that. Now, what if we change some of our habits?
Someone says it's going to be a Monday. Okay, we'll do it the day before. So
There you go, the 19th.
We'll lock in. So KBM, make sure we lock in that 19th for us next year.
Now, what if we change some of our habits? We woke up, but we did 5 to 10 minutes meditation or praying or getting, grounded. What if we took 5 to 10 minutes instead of jumping right on social media? We took that to meditate. We took that time, to pray and to really get aligned. How much, even just doing that one little thing could change the trajectory of the way your day is going.
Absolutely.
Have a journal next to you. Write 5 to 10 things you're grateful for. And that's a spelling error. That's on me. It should be YOU''. You are grateful for. Write 5 to 10 things you are grateful for. It could be simple as waking up. My health, my dogs, my daughter, Derek. Write 5 to 10 things you're grateful for. And then instead of jumping so quick on social media or the news or TV, why don't we read a few pages of a book or listen to personal development? We are constantly listening to personal development all the time when we're getting ready, before we go to bed, while we're cooking, or any time that we can just have it on and listen. Derek and I are always listening to personal development. And what if we started incorporating exercising? How good does it feel to exercise?
It feels so good. I forgot the last time I did sweat.
Exercise is so key to just have that part of, a lot of it is in your mind.
So a lot of endorphins too.
A lot of endorphins. You never know how good you're going to feel after that. And sometimes a lot of us, we don't even know that our bodies are actually craving exercise, even if it's a walk around the block, even if it's outside to get fresh air and you're walking the dog, or 20 minutes on the treadmill. And then what if you contacted 10 people a day about your business? 10 people a day. What if it was to tell them, or reconnect with 10 people? Just reconnect with 10 people on your Facebook. Go through your Facebook list. Or you're finding people to friend on Facebook. Maybe positive, like-minded individuals like yourself. You're friending new people on Facebook. What if you're creating a new circle for yourself? And what would happen if you followed this new habit list, and then on September 19, 2021, where would we be?
That'd be big.
Compared to our list that we were doing, our old habits, right? But what does it take? It takes a lot of courage. It takes courage to change your daily habits.
This is our mentor, rest in peace.
I love Jim Rohn.
He has so many great videos out there, so many great quotes. You guys probably seen a ton of them on Facebook, Instagram. But if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, everyone, let's say this together, you'll find an excuse, okay? That one's so crazy, because when people tell us that I don't have time, this is the quote that I always think about, because I'm already knowing in my head that all that is an excuse, right? I don't have time to join. I don't have time to look and travel. I don't have time. I don't have time. We all have 24 hours in a day. All of us. 8 hours to sleep. And I know some of you guys are like, 8 hours? I wish I could get 8 hours, right? 8 hours to work, right? So that's 16 hours already. What are we doing with the other 8 hours? We know we have nurses in our organization and our company that work 12 hours, 16 hours, right? How much are we really utilizing that time, right? If you don't have something that you really want to, you have to know your why too. So if you don't have something that is going to push you through that comfort zone into the courage side, you're always going to find an excuse. Always. There's always an excuse you can make up, right?
Always, yep.
And, you know, I'll be super transparent. There's always times for me. I have a gym membership. I haven't used that thing in so long, right? But I pay for it. Type me. You don't have to put yourself on blast, but you can type an invisible me. If you have a gym membership and you haven't been able to use it, right?
You can type me, but don't hit enter.
Right. Just know that that's the same thing for your business. We might have something, right? In this, we might have a business, but we're not clocking into it every day to get the results. So if we're not happy with the results that we have in our business, it's so easy to quit, right?
Comfortable.
It's comfortable, because then you could go back to doing what you've been doing, being comfortable, being in that same position, it's
nice to be in a comfortable bed, but I don't know about all day long.
Right? No, that's too much. That's too much. But just know that people will always find an excuse, no matter what, right? If it's not important to them. That's why I always say to people that are brand new, like guests, any guests that we share this with, if they tell me that time is an issue, I always tell them, well, you know, we always have enough time. We just have to allocate and put what we feel that's in the top priority in those time slots, right? Yeah. So maybe we can get out of watching those reality shows for an hour or 2 hours a day and go ahead and put a half an hour to our business. Right now, it's 7:21 Pacific Standard Time. None of you guys have logged off. We have been actually increasing this entire time. We usually don't go over an hour on these Time to Evolves, okay? Actually, we're approaching an hour. So just know that you guys don't have an excuse, right? You know that you're here to learn. You want to grow. You guys are here for a reason. Everything in life happens for a reason. The reason, whatever it was, that you said, you know what, I got a webinar I got to jump on today at 6:30 my time, 9:30 Eastern, right? You guys are here for a reason. So you guys did not come up with an excuse. You guys put this at the top of your priority list. You guys took the courage and said, you know what? I can watch that show later.
DVR it.
I can go to that barbecue that my friends always have all the time, right? Let me go learn some stuff, right? So, you know, your friends are going to be there. They're going to do the same thing, right? Again, we're always going to have an excuse. Just make sure you don't have one for your business, because this is the only, if you think of this as your bill, the only bill that will actually produce income for your household. None of those other bills that we have are going to produce income for your household.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
and I know we're getting kind of long, but this right here, it hit so different for us just recently, because we told Isla, you know, a lot of people quit on us, and they were just right there. That person at the bottom right there, that guy holding that axe, that pick. Some people quit on your team, and they were just right there to get there. They were just right there. They just had to stick an extra day so they can get that message, so they can stick and stay and get their pay, right? They were just right there and they quit. You never know how close you are. Never give up on your dreams.
Yes.
Give yourself time, family. We go to college. We're programmed to go to school for so long and then go to college and then go into college debt.
Mm-hmm.
Why did we sign up for that program, right? Because they programmed us ever since we were kids, right? That system that used to work back in the 40s and 50s, it no longer works. It's broken. It's a broken system that we have. Now we have to educate ourselves. This is why the millennials are thriving online right now. There's kids that are making so much money right now because they know that they can now make money and not have to go to college. They can be self-taught. You can sign up on a course online and get so much value rather than, and I'm not knocking school, right? Again, if you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer, of course, you have to go to school and you have to do all those things, right? That, again, there's so many people that went to school to become a doctor or a nurse or a lawyer, but then they quit. They were just right there to become that, right? They gave up right before they were going to reach that part in their life when it was going to actually transition for them. So then, boom, they could have that success. This picture right here, it's so crazy because when I first seen this, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That makes sense. But now, me reflecting back on so many people that just quit on their dreams, and if they would have just stuck with it, a lot of powerful people too. You know, there's so many people that come in this business and you see them come and go, but they have so much talent, right? And they quit. So just make sure that you guys go ahead.
No, this just reminds me, when I look at this picture, it looks like someone who, the bottom picture, this guy looks like he's been on a roller coaster that went way too high and way too low for way too long.
Right.
Doesn't he look exhausted? He looks like, oh my God, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. He let his highs get too high, and then they dropped so low that it took so much out of him, and he just looks drained and exhausted. But what about that person on top? The one that said, I don't care if you said no. I'm still going to go. I don't care if you didn't book with me. I'm still going to go. I don't care if you didn't get CBD through me. I'm still going to go. He looks so laser focused.
Right.
And all the dream stealers, he doesn't even let it affect him because he never let his roller coaster get too high or too low. He had one laser focused goal, and that's to keep going until he reached it. That's what that looks like.
Mm-hmm. Imagine if I would have not pursued this when my mom told me all that stuff.
Right. Imagine. Or you let it get to, you were too high. And then your mom said, oh, you shouldn't join my listening. Right. You got too low. And then you said, someone's going to join my business. You got too high. And then they quit a month later and you got too low. How draining could that be? Especially for someone who doesn't like roller coasters. How draining could that be? You wouldn't even last a year. You wouldn't last 2 years in this business. You wouldn't last maybe 30 days in this business if you're constantly letting your emotions get too high and too low. But look at that person who has courage and says, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I don't care what anyone says. My family, imagine his family on his back. Imagine his little girl riding his back and says, Daddy, keep going. Daddy, keep going. Who cares what they say, Daddy? You got to provide for me. Mom, keep going. Grandma, keep going. You're the one who's going to help us. You're the one who has the key. You're the one who has the courage to build this business from home. You're the one who's going to get us out of this debt. You're the one who's going to provide for us. They're on your back, and you're not going to let no one stop you until you get there. That's the person on top, the courageous person on top.
You guys are funny in the chat box.
All right, family. Well, I hope you guys got some type of value out of this because, you know, we just wanted to find something that spoke to us, that could probably speak to you guys, and know that whatever you're feeling in your business today, yesterday, tomorrow, we have been there. Believe me, 8 years of being around in the home-based business industry, we have been there. We have gotten all the responses, all the negative rebuttals, anything you can think of, we have been there. But guess what? We decided to not let it take us down, right? Guess what? We have a daughter now who now we can be parents to. Derek can be a full-time dad to, because we never let anyone take our dreams steal away from us and our goals. So just know that ordinary people like ourselves are in this industry, and we've been able to accomplish a lot, meaning that you, everyone who's watching this, can do the same thing as long as you have the courage to keep on going.
Always remember, whether you're from jail or you're from Yale, you can do this. You can have success in this business. Follow your leaders. Be coachable, be teachable, be trainable. Always remain a student. Never think that you know everything. Once you get to that point, you have to reset because you actually know nothing,
Yes.
right? There's so many people out there that have such a huge ego. I used to have a big ego back in the days. When I was young, I didn't know, right? I was young-minded. My mindset was not there, right? So your ego, and I want you guys to tag us, put this in there. We probably said it before, but your ego is not your amigo, right? That is not your friend. Put the ego aside, get out your comfort zone, and get into the courageous zone, all right? This is DNA, Driven and Ambitious, Derek and Isla. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. We hope that we have at least helped one person on this line tonight, whether you're watching the live right now. And again, we're going to go back to this in a year. We're going to do this. Go on our YouTube. It's Derek and Isla Velasquez, just like how our name says it right there. Find us on YouTube, subscribe, like this video. This will be posted for you guys. We hope that we brought some value to you guys. Anything you guys put on Facebook, tag us in it. Your amigo is definitely not going to be your what?
Ego.
Your ego. Get rid of that ego. Get out your comfort zone.
Friend us on Facebook too if we're not friends on Facebook.
Absolutely.
All right, everyone, have an amazing evening. We love you guys. Stay courageous.
Let's give it to KBM. Have us close it out.
Yes,
Let me see if I can find her.
Our amazing sister is still on the line. We appreciate you. I think she's still on. If you want to close us out.
I think she is on.
I am. Clap, clap, clap it up. Now, DNA, Driven and Ambitious. When all this time I thought it meant Derek and Isla. See?
It does, you know.
It can do both. I absolutely love it. I saw the chat. Everyone was going crazy. They got so much value out of what you given us tonight. Definitely a lot to reflect on, a lot of inspiration. I told you, family, to get your pen and pads ready because they are into having a soul search internally and really, you know, working on ourselves and our mindset to get everything that we came for and everything that we deserve. So hats off and salute to the king and queen. Absolutely love you, family, out of the Bay Area in Cali. Definitely, family, have an amazing week. Take these tools and put it to work because the only one that can stop you from anything you want to do and fulfilling your dreams is you. So even though people will let us down and quit on us, never, ever, ever quit on yourself. So love you all, family. Peace, God bless, and good night. This recording will soon be on our Evolution Enterprise page so you can go back and reflect, okay? Have a great week on purpose. Good night, family.